Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's explainer. If you're stepping into a leadership role for the very first time, or hey, maybe you've been at it a little while but still feel like you're barely keeping your head above water, you are in the exact right place. What we're looking at today is literally a survival guide. It's a comprehensive playbook distilled straight from over 2 decades of hard-earned, frontline management experience.
Let's just address the elephant in the room right away. Are you feeling, well, completely overwhelmed? Because if you are, I want you to take a deep breath and realize you are absolutely not alone. That whole sense of panic, wondering if the company made a huge mistake promoting you, it is completely normal. Stepping into management is one of the most jarring transitions you will ever make in your career. But you don't have to figure it all out by trial and error. Think of me as your personal mentor today, guiding you through the noise.
And we didn't just guess to build this guide, we went through exactly 150 essential, battle-tested leadership lessons from our source material and meticulously boiled them down. We've pulled the absolute most vital principles from those 150 lessons to create this focused, stabilizing guide. It's built specifically to help you not just survive those crazy first few months as a manager, but to actually thrive and build a team that truly respects and follows you.
So here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the new manager's mindset, then look at 3 fatal communication mistakes, move right into mastering true accountability, cover building trust and culture, and finally, wrap up with your ultimate leadership legacy. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The new manager's mindset. Manage yourself first. The core premise here is so beautifully simple, yet incredibly tough in practice. You have to manage yourself first. Before you can effectively lead a team of completely different personalities, you absolutely must conquer your own emotional discipline. Your team is going to mirror your energy long before they ever follow your direction.
And this brilliantly illustrates the massive difference between reacting and responding. Let's make this real. Picture this. It's 4 p.m. on a Friday. Your team lead comes to you, and a massive, high-stakes project has just completely missed its deadline. It's a total disaster. Reacting? That's weakness. Reacting is letting the panic show, snapping at your team, or firing off a highly emotional, angry email. Remember, stress is contagious. But responding? That is leadership. Responding means you pause, you keep your composure, you gather the facts, and you calmly set a clear recovery plan. Emotional control is a leadership skill, guys. It's not just a personality trait.
A big part of managing that mindset is letting go of this ego-driven idea that you have to be perfect. Leaders don't need to have all the answers. As a new manager, you might feel this intense pressure to just fake it, to pretend you know exactly what to do in every single crisis. Don't do that. Calm leaders create stable teams. It's so much better to rely on steady habits and preparation. Be willing to just say, I don't know, but let's figure it out together. That beats faking an immediate answer just to look smart, hands down. That brings us to Section 2, 3 fatal communication mistakes, what new leaders must avoid. When things go wrong on a team, like missed deadlines or sudden conflict, it is almost never an issue of skill. Misalignment is almost always a communication failure.
New leaders consistently fall into these 3 specific traps: vague expectations, over-explaining, and silence or avoiding tension. If you can eliminate these 3 habits from your management style today, you're going to instantly prevent the vast majority of your team's struggles. Let's break them down one by one.
Mistake number 1. Vague expectations create struggling teams. Clarity is your absolute best friend as a leader. Why? Because clarity completely removes performance anxiety. If your team doesn't know exactly what success looks like, they're going to freeze up. Confidence grows when targets are crystal clear. So, whatever you do, don't just tell your team to do their best. Tell them exactly what the standard is, what the timeline is, and what that final deliverable actually needs to look like.
Mistake number 2. Over-explaining weakens your message. When you ramble or try to soften a blow by burying it in 1,000 words, you just confuse people. The absolute best communicators simplify complexity. So the crucial point is, short, direct communication actually builds team confidence because it shows you're decisive. If your message isn't clear, it just won't be followed. Say less and make it land.
And mistake number 3, maybe the most common trap for first-time managers: avoiding tension creates bigger problems later. Silence from your team isn't alignment, it's hesitation. Let's use a specific workplace example. Say you need to deliver difficult feedback to an employee who is consistently missing their targets. A weak leader avoids the tension or sandwiches the feedback in so much small talk that the employee doesn't even realize they're being corrected. A strong leader, you prepare for that hard conversation. You sit down, Strip away the emotion, clearly state the standard that was missed, and provide a clear path for them to improve. Honest leaders earn long-term respect by facing tension head-on.
This perfectly transitions us into Section 3, Mastering True Accountability. Consistency over pressure. I know the word accountability sounds super intimidating, but it really shouldn't be. True accountability is simply defined as clarity plus follow-up. It's all about consistency over pressure.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is seeing the exact formula for a high-performing team. Notice the balance here. If you demand accountability but offer zero resources or support, you just create deep frustration. On the flip side, if you're all support, always playing the nice boss, but never hold anyone to a standard, you create complacency. The magic happens when you balance both. High standards require consistent reinforcement, coupled with unwavering support.
And remember, how you get those results really matters. Emotional pressure, yelling, guilt-tripping, ruling by fear? Yeah, that might create some temporary compliance. People will do the work just to get you off their back. But trust? Trust creates true ownership. You shouldn't be chasing results with emotional pressure. Instead, you need to rely on consistent habits, visible standards, and a supportive environment to foster real ownership, where your team actually cares about the outcome as much as you do.
Which leads us directly into Section 4, Building Trust and Culture. What you tolerate is what you build. Culture isn't some poster on the break room wall. It's not a big, flashy speech you give on your first day as manager. Culture is built daily, in the small, seemingly insignificant moments of your leadership.
I want you to really let the gravity of this statement sink in for a second. Culture is not what you say, it's what you tolerate. You can preach about respect, teamwork, and excellence all day long, but if you allow people to show up late, if you let gossip slide, if poor effort goes unchecked, well, that becomes your permanent standard. Whatever behavior you allow on your team is the exact culture you are actively building.
This is especially critical when dealing with personnel. Every manager eventually faces the dilemma of toxic talent. You know the type, the brilliant coder or the top-selling salesperson who is incredibly good at their job but treats everyone else terribly. The lesson from our source material is crystal clear on this. Keeping toxic talent is never worth the cost. It destroys trust, and it completely kills creativity because fear ruins safety. Culture-first teams will always outperform ego-driven teams in the long run.
We've reached our final section, your ultimate leadership legacy, leaving people better. As a new manager, it is so easy to view your promotion as a status symbol. Hey, I got a new title and a pay bump. But you have to rewire your brain to understand that leadership is ultimately a profound responsibility. Here is the absolute core truth of your new role. Leaders don't build businesses, they build people. Your daily metric for success is no longer just what you can produce with your own two hands. Your metric for success is how effectively you can grow, support, and elevate the people under your care.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because ultimately it's the people who build the business. When you focus on developing your team, when you coach them instead of just criticizing them and give them a safe environment to operate in, they are the ones who will drive those incredible results, hit the deadlines, and build the business.
Ultimately, leadership is legacy. The absolute best leaders aren't the ones making themselves indispensable, where everything falls apart if they go on a vacation. No way. The best leaders build people who can eventually handle anything without them. They develop future leaders. Growth is your responsibility, and strong leaders always leave people better than they found them.
So, what does this all mean for you? I want to end our explainer today with this powerful, provocative question straight from our source text. Ask yourself this every single day. How will people feel after interacting with your leadership? Will they feel confused, stressed, and pressured? Or will they feel clear, supported, and confident? As a first-time manager, your presence shapes performance, and your energy defines your impact. Choose your habits wisely, hold the standard, and go build an incredible team. Thanks for joining me today, and best of luck on your leadership journey.